4 books, 4 Fantastic Four books, 4 books that I'm buying up on the low. There might be some investment in this, but you got to wait till after this intro to find out what 4 books Otto's buying. Maybe you should too. What's up, everybody? I love watching that, man. That was almost a year and a half ago. Great times, great memories, great things that laid the foundation for what 3 Men in the Basement is growing and still becoming. All right. So what's up, everybody? I'm your host, Otto, coming to you live and direct from the grotto. Hope you enjoyed this video. Something I've been toying with for a long time. But you guys know, if you see me at cons, you know, half of you guys know I tell you what books I'm buying up, and I'll hunt them in. I'll hunt for them, and I'll let you look at them, give you an idea why I'm buying it, and stuff like that. So I'm going to share it with you. Not going to make it too long, other than my over talking probably. I'm going to show you 4 books from the Fantastic Four that I've been buying. Okay. So, but before we do anything, you guys, please subscribe to the channel. The road to get is 4,000 subs by the end of the year. And by you sharing our videos and telling us your friends that you like us and we're uber geeks and in the comic book community, then that's fine by us because we certainly enjoy it. Like the video, thumbs it down, give me your constructive criticism, whatever you like about that. Guys, hit the notification button so you know when the videos are dropping. And we're trying to get them out to you every 2 weeks and a couple pre-recorded things. We've just had some great CGC hauls. And then leave a comment. Honestly, you guys, if this isn't interesting to you, then I won't do it, okay? But if there is one person that finds this relatively interesting, then I absolutely will show you what books I like to buy, how I'm gobbling them up, how I'm justifying them, getting them slabbed, and those kind of things, okay? So that's what we want to do. We're going to get started on that in a second. But I want you guys to know that coming up, just so you know, we have the 3 Men in the Basement Winter Comic Book Crawl. That is February, May 19th. That is Connecticut. We have 3 stops. We have access to the parts of the stores that you don't get Monday through Friday, right? You don't get into the uncirculated stuff. So please, on Instagram, DM myself or Roger Levesque or Dave in the Cave or the 3 Men in the Basement Instagram page, and we will add you to the chat. Trust me, it's a lot of fun, and we go out to dinner afterwards for those of you guys that can make it, just to chop it up and to see what you picked and if you enjoyed it, and really just to talk more instead of, you know, all the virtuals things. You know, it's great to have human interaction. So that being said, 4 books, 4 Fantastic Four books I'm buying, and I'm going to tell you why. All right, first book. He's a bad guy. He's on the cover. It's a John Byrne, Joe Sinnott cover. It's a Marv Wolfman story. And he's a Herald of Galactus. Whoa, a Herald of Galactus. Does that mean Galactus is coming? Listen, is Christmas coming? Yes. Is Thanksgiving coming? Yes. Galactus is eventually going to show up. And when he shows up, he's going to need some heralds, okay? So FF211, and I'm also going to show you that I buy them too. So FF211, I own 2 copies of. This 9.0, this 9.0 was a book that I submitted myself, thought it'd come back a little bit higher grade, but it didn't. But it is a 9.0 white pages. This I found at Little Giants Comics last year for an absolute steal, and in a 9.8, it's just fantastic. Off-white to white pages. He's on the cover. You see all the details. Terex is a bad guy. He is not a nice guy. You know, the heralds typically are servitudes, and that's not with Terex. Terex wants to blow things up. He destroys the Baxter building with that axe of his, okay? Also, I also have tons of raw dogs. okay? I'm also going to tell you a little bit about each book, what they're going for. Now, I didn't pay a lot of money for these, you guys. And one of my points is you don't have to drop, you know, $2.50 on high grade books. I mean, this was a $5 book, right? I'm trying to show you books that I'm getting on a low. This one I probably got for free, but there's how you know that that one was a direct with the line right there. And then, so I do have a bunch of copies of these, and I do have two more that are away, but these were in my FF box, and these are ones that I'm going to send. There's two in there that I'm going to send off to try to get one or two more graded for the inventory, right? Because we always have equity. So what about this book? All right, so this is the first appearance of Terex. I got you the last sale on eBay at a 9.2 was only $169. However, the CGC 9.8 average is $11.89. At one point, it was up to 14, I believe, but then it's definitely come back down, and you can see the stats right in there. You can get this very fine to near mint on eBay if you're looking for it. And, you know, you've got the first print. You see one is going for $189. I think that's overpriced. Where was that sold? Then you got one for $30, $26. I mean, don't pay more than $30 to $40 for this book, okay? You know, check the back. This is a dark cover. It's very hard to distinguish with the asteroids and stuff. So it is a hard book to find. It was a 40 center, 1979 FF 211, okay? So, you know, I think it's a great book to buy. I think, you know, if you get a couple copies, you send them in. As long as they're 9.0s or better, and I think a lot of people that watch us are seasoned collectors and they can kind of eye it. Get it at a 9.0 or better and just keep it, because, you know, I really believe it's only going to go up. And again, if he makes his appearance, he makes his appearance. But you see the sales data there for this book. And I think that's important for me to show you guys, okay? So we have one Herald of Galactus. Now I'm going to tell you the other Herald of Galactus I think we should be into, okay? But without that, I got to show you a little video from our boys and our sponsors at Spineworks. Spineworks has been crushing all these CC submissions for us. They've been working wonders with tons of our books. Michael Raphael did work on a Thundercats 1 and got Roger a 9.8. Gargoyles, I apologize. Lenny has gotten me multiple 9.8, so there's been tons of karate chops. But please check out Spineworks Comics on Facebook and Instagram and join their Facebook page. But here's a little bit about all their great work. Right on, right on. Make sure you guys check Spineworks out. There's lots of great pressers out there, but Spineworks are our guys. So hit them up, let us know. Now here's the next book I think you guys should get, because you can get this on the low. It is a first appearance. Let me show you what this book is. This is a book I'm specking on. This, what? Is that what you're saying? Otto, you're out of your mind. Why would you spec on this book? It's a ghost and it's getting harder and harder to find. I'm just messing with you. I really wanted to use that right in the beginning of it, but I had so many things going on. I'm running this by myself that I forgot about. But yeah, spec on FF4. Namor might be a big hit someday. I don't know about that, but classic book. Absolutely love it. Yeah, but Namor is going to come too. And so is Christmas. All right, now, next book I want to show you about is another Herald of Galactus. A Herald who had to go for servitude now, okay? So that Herald is Frankie Ray right here. This is FF 244. You can definitely get this on the low, But you can see that the last thing we had up there, we had a 9.6 that sold for 300. We had a 9.4 that sold for like 195, and then we did have the 9.8 sell for 765 last month. That's pricey, but I don't know if I'd pay it. If it hits 1,000, I'm gonna regret it. But you can't find it. I mean, I don't want to. This is a book I don't want to hunt on eBay for. I'd like to go out in the wild. You've got time on these books, you guys. Obviously, these books are long-term plays. So, you know, I mean, I can still find it. I've got 2 right now that I'm working on, and we'll see how that one comes up. But let's just take a look one more time at, let me see, I don't know, technical difficulty, at FF244. Great cover, Galactus on the cover, Frankie Ray as Nova 2, should say. She becomes the Herald. That's Galactus's hands when Galactus calls, and that is Nova 2, okay? Raw dogs you can find very fine near mints for like 100, 129. How many are on the census right now? Well, I just did the last sale. There was a last sale of 70.66. The 90-day average was 8.25. You compare that. I thought this was relatively in timed. But yeah, so 90-day average, 8.25. Very fine and near mint, $100. If I can find one for $100, I'd probably see if I can get it for 80. But I mean, look, guys, these are how many I own. Okay. I mean, at least a dozen here, I think. You know, and some of the price, I paid $12 for this. You know, this was $8. This one was $8. But again, they're not 9.8 candidates, or they're not even 9 candidates. But again, listen, not everybody needs them slabbed, okay? When a character comes out, I've got these for 10 or 12 bucks. I sell them for 40 or 50, 5 times, 4 or 5 times your investment. Not bad, and it's fun, and they're great to ogle over, and they're great to hunt for, okay? 60-cent book that came out in 1982. Let me see if I can show you my, no, these are really all dinged up. Like this one I paid $4 for. I mean, this has seen better days, but again, you know, this was the John, I mean, this was, you know, John Byrne did a great run on this, but didn't get a lot of respect till later on. So yeah, so I don't have any slabbed. I do have 1, maybe 2 at Spineworks right now. So this is another book that I think you guys should be buying. And again, if you see a high grade one for 100, try to get it for 80. If you can't get it for 80, walk away. You'll find it again. But again, I just think that's important. So Frankie Ray, first appearance of a Herald. Now, good hit, bad Herald, good Herald. Gonna have 2, probably, right? If not more. So get them on the low, unless you think you can get, you know, FF 48 and 40. So much for crack slabs. But anyway, no, I wonder if you guys really did hear that. A little tight down here, a little tight down here. So that's it. All right, next book. You don't have to look far. You're gonna, why? We're gonna switch gears a little bit. Okay, we're gonna switch gears. This is a book that you can get on the real cheap, $5 book, $4 book, and that's FF 244. Okay. The last CGC sale was $103. You can get them, like I said, you can get a high grade raw dog for 20 bucks. You can see what they're going on. Now, if I think Galactus is coming, and so is Thanksgiving and Christmas, I think Franklin Richards is coming. And I think Franklin Richards is going to be monumental. Okay. I think their plan for Franklin Richards is going to be generational. You will see him as a young boy, as a teenager, as an adult. He is going to be the one that's going to be in not the 1, 2, 3 movies, but the 4, 5, and 6 movies. And for that, of course, you're going to have multiverse, you're going to have time travel, and you're going to have different iterations of Franklin Richards. And this is a different version of Franklin Richards that Reed actually meets, okay? I'll be honest with you, I don't have any of these off at CGC right now. But again, it's a dark cover. I wouldn't actually send any of these off. But again, actually, this one's pretty nice. And this was only $6. With a press, you see what it comes back at. But again, great John Byrne artwork. Love the logo. Love his detail. Just John Byrne was one of my favorites. So you guys, this is a book that I definitely think that you guys can get. And it's out there. All right. FF 245. Hunt for them. Dig in the long boxes. They're there. They're multiples. Ask about them. You know, raw dog, 20 bucks. Not too bad. So just another book that I definitely believe in. And speaking of believing in, I believe in our buddies at Captured Collectibles, okay? Captured Collectibles is the people that are going to help you get your yellow signatures without waiting in line, right? How much time have you guys spent in line at shows? If you want to shake the artist's hands or get a picture with them, that's fine. But if you've already met this artist and you know that choke yellow is going to take, 2.5 hours and that's con time that you're missing, give it to our boys at Captured Collectibles and we can show you something that they do all the time. So check this out. All right, now, this is the book that you should be specking on? No, but it is an early FF book. All right, this is gonna be the earliest of the books that I show you. Square bound book, hard to find origin story. Why? Because his first appearance is just blown up. So what do you do after, if you can't get the first appearance? You go for their origin story or their first solo title or their first meeting other key characters. But in this case, you want to go after, I only have 2 copies of this. FF Annual 2. This was a 25 center, but this is an early book. This book is hard to find, man. You guys, this is, look at, this is Kirby greatness. The last 3.5, right? Because that's what I would need it for my first Doom is a 3.5. So that's what I'd be in the ballpark for. But you've got to find it. There are no 9.8s out there. And if you were lucky to have the 9.6 at $36,000, congratulations to you for owning that book. But I think the bottom part of this is very important when you're looking at the 4.5s and the 5.0s and the prices on that. So you can see the last sold was a 3.5 was $599.99. They had a 6.5. 6.5, I don't really, trust me, if it was on the ground, I'd pick it up. But it's not a number that I like to go after. But that's about $1,100. And then you got a 4.5. Somebody got it on the low for $531. All right. But I would be after this book in the 3.5 or a 5.0. But again, it's Dr. Doom. It's an origin story. And it actually is a very good story, you guys. It's Stan Lee greatness. Kirby did absolute work on this. And I think there's a backstory. These books aren't even, I've just bought. I think I paid, where's the better one? Definitely the better one. I think I paid like $180 for this, $160. $180, $160 for that. And then this one, you can see there's a big chunk taken out of that. This might have been in a collection that I had picked up. But again, this is a reader. This is the better copy. And, the more and more I'm looking at this, this might be my 3.5. Maybe I'll just submit this one, see what it comes back at, and see if I can nail the 3.5 to match my first Doom. So those are 4 Fantastic Four books that I'm buying. All right. Maybe you should too. Maybe you shouldn't. Doesn't matter. It's your collection. It's your money, just like it's my money. I'm going to spend it the way I want, and I like these books. And you know what? If I make some return in a couple of years, then so be it. So to go over the 4 books again that I think, well, the book that I'm buying, maybe you should too. All right, here we go. FF 211, first appearance of Terrax. Okay, Marv Wolfman story, Joe Sinnott, John Byrne cover. You know it. He's on the cover. He's knocking them all out. The next one, FF 244, the giant purple hand with Frankie Ray as Nova 2 on the cover, okay? FF 244. A little bit harder to find. You might be seeing it on the wall. Don't pay more than $80 for it, okay? This one, you can get this book anywhere, $20, $10. FF 245, Keith Franklin Richards book. Franklin Richards is going to be one of the futures of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I truly believe that. And then last book, when you can't afford the first appearance, you go for either first solo or the annual or the origin story, and that's this one, FF Annual. Did I mess that up? FF Annual 2, I apologize. My media department didn't catch that. All right, that guy's getting written up for that. All right, so anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video. After the 3 Men in a Basement comic book crawl, we have 2 events. We're going to be at King Con and we're going to be at the Little Giant Comic Show, the old school comic show. But then we have our own event, May 14th, okay? That's going to be an absolute fantastic event. We were offering sponsorships, and just to go over the sponsorships real quick before I close out and tell you some other things, we do have our pedigree sponsor, which is SHORTBOX, okay? SHORTBOX, the app, buying, selling books, fantastic for buying. They're going to be at the show. Then you have another, our 10.0 Mint sponsor, Dream of August Media. Johnny Rosado, always launching new content on his channel, so check him out. Great supporter of the channel as always. He is a 10.0 Mint sponsor. We had 4 of those. Next one, we had Big T's Comics, man. Big T, no collection's too big. No money's too big for him, all right? So check out Big T's Comics at that email, all right? Then also, speaking of money, you can have Chris Peters help you out with your retirement, all right? The Sullivan Investment Group. Just mention OTTO for a free investment review, a retirement plan discussion. You know, it starts with $1, man. There you go. You want your money with somebody you trust. You should trust Chris Peters. Also, All Phase Electrical Distributors. They work with Roger, and they've been great supporters of us. They jumped right on this. Now we have 3 spots available for our 9.8 sponsors. Currently, we have the Green Oak Silk Screening. They always do our shirts. We have our man DJ LINX and the cool people at REECES Rare Comics. Then we also have another sponsorship level considered friends of the channel. And these guys are truly our friends that support us and everything that we do. Lords of the Long Box, KC Golds and Collectibles in Newington, Connecticut. Please check them out. Copy 801 on Instagram. He's got some great content. And of course, Michelle at Moonlit Comics. Follow her on Instagram. And she just launched her own YouTube channel. Her and Amy Nieves from Aegis Comics of Alaska did a fantastic, fantastic show about the community. So if you're interested in those sponsorships at any level, at the 9.8 or friends of the channel, please reach out. Help get your name out there. And it also does us a favor when we hold our 3 Men in a Basement comic book swap that's happening May 14th this year. It's just going to be an absolute blast. And I can't wait to have everybody show up and really enjoy it. So on behalf of 3 Men in a Basement, this went about 10 minutes too long. I'm just clicking buttons here. I'm just clicking buttons. So, live show coming up. Guys, be honest with me. This was a waste of your time. I apologize. If you do want me to do more of these videos, let me know. Also, if you have certain styles of books, like I'm going to do one for G.I. Joe, I'm going to do one for Transformers, I'm going to do some other books that I think are really cool. So I'll keep it going. If there's some titles that you want to know if I'm buying up, let me know and I'll see what I have, because I've always got multiples of stuff. So that being said, on behalf of 3 Men in the Basement, Roger Levesque, Dave in the Cave, I am Everett Otto. Thank you for watching this. Comment, subscribe, and like all our videos. I am out. Peace.